afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is a video of a first aid kit I usually take on a cruise in the eventuality that something happens and you happen to have a first aid kit that would probably cover much of everything that I'm going to talk about. So let me go to my Amazon account. This is what they call first trauma. The first item on the list is what they call a skin stapler. Now, I don't like this to stitch because it can be very difficult, but a skin stapler is something that can be considered as the closing a wound that you could probably use suturing, and that I can use what they call a skin stapler to close up that wound in lieu of what they call Styrostrips, which you need to stop the bleeding first before you can seal it up. So, and then the next one I have is what they call a SAM splint. Now this is a tourniquet, and this is probably one of the best you can have. And now this is for like catastrophic bleeding of a limb or arm or leg or anything, that you can employ this tourniquet to stop the bleeding. Okay, the next thing I have is this is a catheter needle, and we use that for a collapsed lung or anything like that. We could use this decompression needle to relieve the pressure in the lungs that might cause some serious problems later on. And this is my first aid kit for cruises. It's pretty small, but what it does is it allows me to put most of my medical supplies and trauma kit and pack it in my luggage in case something happens. Okay, this is called a water gel emergency burn dressing. It's 18 by 8 inches by 18 inches, and if you sustain some kind of burn from whatever, chemical burn or anything like that, you can place this burn dressing over the burn area, and will help to relieve somewhat the pain and promotes healing. Okay, the next item, it's called Celox, an emergency wound bundle with a blood clotting granular application with extra blood clotting solution. Now, this Celox is a hemostatic agent, and what it does is when it's put into a wound that's having a hard time to stop the bleeding, this will coagulate and create blocks from clots from forming, and then you have the extra 15 grams of Celox granules to use that in conjunction with it. Well, we had that already. Okay, this is COVID. This is a 8 by 3 inch Telpa non-adherence pad. What that means is it doesn't stick to the wound when you decide to change the bandages out. Okay, the next thing is, where are we going? Oh yeah, it's called Polymem. Polymem is a state-of-the-art non-adhesive pad you can put onto a wound to prevent it from bleeding any more than it already is, and it's non-adhesive, so it won't stick to the wound. This stuff is very expensive, but you know, it's worth its weight in gold. Okay, this is a mainstay. This is hemostats, both curved and straight, and I use that if I have to put in stitches, or I need to clamp a vein or an artery to keep it from bleeding any more than it already is. Okay. This is probably one of the best Emt scissors that are out there. It's made by Xture. And it's great for if I have to cut off some clothing or maybe trim some bandages or that like, so that's included in that. Okay, this is called Hydrolite, Electrolyte drink tablets, and this is good if you find yourself being dehydrated, or let's say you had too much to drink the night before and you need to replace your electrolytes, so that's included in this kit. Okay, here we go. This is a typical 4x4 gauze pad that not only helps protect the wound itself, but help absorb blood that is being created by a deep wound. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is called Tegaderm. It's transparent film dressing. It's almost 3x4 or something like that. But this might remind you of if you're in a hospital, an emergency room, and they start a IV on you. They will place this film over the IV site to keep it in place and keep it from moving around. Okay. This is called the Israel bandage, or emergency bandage, and it's a 4-inch compression bandage. That if you have a wound that is like a gunshot or a knife stab, you can place this over and wrap it really tight, and it has compression to help promote it from bleeding any more than it already is. Okay, this item here is one of my favorite tapes for medical use. It's made by 3M, and it's called Transport Clear. Now, what makes this stuff special is it has great sticking power. It can keep the bandage in place for a long period of time, and not only that, it can breathe. It can breathe out, but it doesn't let anything in. So that's very good for in a medical emergency. Okay, this is what they call a benzoin tincture. Now, this is benzoin, they use it in surgery a lot to clean the wound area before they start to operate, to take care of any bacteria or germs or anything like that. And a tincture means that it sticks to the area you're applying it. So if I have a small wound, I can put the benzoin tincture around the outside of the wound, and it helps keep the bandage itself in place. It's nice and sticky. Yeah, moving around. Okay, this is one of those specialty bandages. It's called Styrofoam Petroleum dressing, and it's 5x9 inch. Now, if you have a really bad scrape on your limb or anywhere else, you can put this dressing on it, and it helps it from not sticking from the wound itself. So I've included that in this as well. Okay, last but not least, this is made by NextCare, and it's called Max Hold, and it's waterproof. And it comes in if you have like a wound or a scrape on an elbow, this suits the bill just fine. Okay. I think that's for it for now, and I will get back later for some more updates to this particular video.